Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be doing a two-player playthrough of a game that is currently on GameFound called Tameri.
Yes, this game is designed by Tommaso Alisonno as well as P.S. Martensen and published by Placentia Games as well as Scriptum, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, we are in ancient Egypt. We are going to be utilizing various resources to try to build buildings, ultimately trying to score points.
Yes, this is a medium weight strategy game for 1 to 4 players that utilizes a unique mechanism that determines the weather. And so today we're going to be teaching you how to play the game, and it'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, like we said, this game is currently on GameFound, so if you are interested in the campaign, there's a link in the description down below. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, let's start with the teach. All right, we are all set up here for a 2-player game of Tameri, and welcome to ancient Egypt, where we are going to be collecting resources by going to the market and harvesting them from fields as long as the weather is favorable. And we'll be using them to build buildings, progress up various temples, as well as offering them up to the pharaoh in exchange for points. And so the game is played over the course of 3 seasons, which make up an annual cycle along the Nile River. And this is going to determine how well we are able to produce the various resources. And so the way that the game works is each season is split into 4 rounds. And at the start of each round, we'll always start by determining the round's weather, by flipping over the topmost weather tile. And this is where the Great Pyramid comes into play. Now keep in mind that this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future, including the look of the pyramid. But essentially, when determining the weather, we are going to take these spheres that are depicted on the weather tile, as well as those that are shown for our current season, which in this example is going to be 4 blue spheres, 1 yellow, and 1 orange or brown. And so in each round, you'll always have a total of 6. And then we are going to deposit all 6 of these into the Great Pyramid. And you can sort of just do all of them at once. Then we are going to resolve all 4 ramps that are attached to the pyramid in order to determine this round's weather. Now each ramp can only hold a total of 5 spheres, and so if at any time all 5 spheres are the same color, we would remove spheres until there are maximum 4 of the same color. Brown or orange spheres represent silt, and so anytime one of these spheres comes out onto a ramp, we're going to actually place it into the Nile River in the closest available spot to the ramp. And the silt spheres will determine how many of each type of resource we are able to produce along those fields. As for the yellow and blue spheres, these represent water and sun. And so if at any time a blue and yellow sphere are touching, they actually cancel each other out and you would remove them from the ramp. If by removing them, it causes another pair to touch, then you would remove those as well, essentially doing this until only 1 color remains, which means I'd remove these 2 as well, and these 2. And that is essentially it. The weather would be set for the first round, and it looks like we have a lot of sun. Then, once that's done, players will simultaneously choose an action card from their hand to play that round. And so the game comes with 5 different decks of action cards that are going to be used depending on where you are in the game. And so during setup, each player will draft a total of 4 cards from the A deck, and we'll also put out one of our workers into the fields as a farmer. And once we've decided, cards are placed on our player boards in the leftmost available slot, which is why we have 4 slots on our player boards, because we're going to be playing 1 card per round for a total of 4 rounds per season. And once everyone's decided, then we'll simultaneously reveal our action cards and determine turn order for the round based off of the number at the top of our cards. So I played an 11, and Naveen here played a 97, and so the lowest number goes first, which means I will switch positions right there. Then, starting with the first player and progressing down in turn order, on your turn, you're going to resolve the action card that you played. But first, if your action card shows any weather effects, and those are going to be in the topmost area of your card, then you can optionally resolve those. And they're going to be things like removing spheres from a ramp of your choice, or gaining a silt sphere from the supply to place onto your board. And each player can hold up to a maximum of 4 silt spheres. And the significance of those we'll discuss in a second, but once you're done resolving the weather effects, then you take your actions. And so, if you'll notice, action cards have a certain number and type of glyphs, and these are these half symbols that can be found on the right or left side, or sometimes on both sides of the card. Now, you'll also find a glyph on the left side of your player board as well as on the right. And so the way that taking actions works in the game is if you are ever able to complete a glyph on the left side of your card, then you can take both actions that are shown on the card from top to bottom. However, if you did not complete a glyph on the left side, then you can only choose to resolve one half of your card. And so in this example, Naveen was able to complete his glyph over here, which means he can take both of these actions from top to bottom, but I was not. So I can only choose between the two, one of them to resolve. And it's important to keep in mind that the glyph has to be on the left side. Now you may notice that I have a glyph here on my right side, which means in the next round, if I were to play a card that has that specific glyph on the left side of it, then I would get to take both actions, essentially. So there is a bit of planning that goes into playing out these seasons. Now, there are a total of 8 different types of actions in the game. 4 that require you to put out workers, and 4 that don't. And you can differentiate them by their symbols, because the ones that require you to put out workers have people represented on the symbols. Starting with the farming action. This is represented by the green farmer symbol, and it correlates to the field in the center here. Taking this action allows you to put out a worker in a field where you don't currently have one. So right now as a blue player, I have a farmer here in this specific field, which means if there were a second available spot here, I would not be able to put another one there, but I could put another farmer on this field, even though it's for the same resource. And I should mention that in this game, there are 4 main types of resources that we are going to be managing. We have papyrus, barley, fruit, as well as flax. And amongst all 4 resources, they each have 2 different fields. And each field is adjacent to one ramp that is protruding from the pyramid. Now let's just say, for example, I choose to place a farmer here. I can also rearrange any farmers that I have on the board when taking this action. In addition, some spaces are blocked off depending on player count. And so anytime you see the 3 or 4, those are spaces that we will not be playing to in our gameplay, since we're playing a 2-player game. And that's essentially it for the farming action. This is more of a setup type of action for taking the next type of action called harvesting. Now I'm jumping around a little bit. This is one of the actions that don't require you to put out a worker, but I figured it goes hand in hand with the farming action, so it'll make a bit more sense for me to talk about this now. And so taking the harvest action allows you to produce on all of your fields that are currently productive. And in order to determine whether or not a field is productive, we'll have to consult the ramp and look at which spheres are on the ramp, essentially. Any fields that are adjacent to ramps that are completely empty are always going to be productive. And the number of resources that you'll produce from those fields depends on the number of silt spheres that are in the river. And so as an example, if I were the red player and I were to choose to harvest, I would gain 1 barley resource from the supply because there are 2 silt spheres. And if you can't see, the numbers go 1, 1, and then 2, 3. And this is because this ramp is completely empty. And if the ramp is not empty, each type of resource has their own criteria for determining whether or not the field is productive. And so as an example, for the papyrus fields, they can each hold a total of up to 3 blue spheres, which represent water, which means if the ramp has even just 1 yellow sphere, this field will not be productive. And the same holds true if the ramp had 4 blue spheres, because you can only hold a maximum of 3 in order for it to produce. The flax fields can only hold a maximum of 1 sphere, regardless of the color. And so in this example, because I'm the blue player, I would technically be able to produce 1 flax via this field, because there's only 1 yellow sphere on that ramp. The fruit fields are the opposite of papyrus in the sense that they can support a maximum of 3 sun spheres, and the barley fields can hold up to 2 spheres of any color, which means right now the only 2 fields that are not productive are this specific barley field, because there are 3 suns and this can only hold up to 2, as well as this papyrus field. And when taking the harvest action, you are not required to produce on all of your farmers that are in fields, but for each one that you do produce, you'll remove 1 silt sphere from the corresponding ramp, up to a maximum of 1 silt sphere per section, which means if both of the fields adjacent to a ramp produced, you would still only remove 1 silt sphere. And so that's essentially how production works in tandem with the weather forecast. discussed. Now, as you can see, the weather is going to change depending on the season. So at the start of the game, it's going to be a lot more water favorable. And as we progress through the cycle of the Nile, then it'll become more dry. In addition, on your turn, you can spend Debin, which is the currency in the game, in order to take optional weather actions. And this will essentially allow you to manipulate the spheres that are on the ramps maybe before you produce. So by spending 1 Debin, you can remove a blue or yellow sphere from any ramp. And by spending 2 Debins, you can purchase a silt sphere from the supply and either place it on your board or directly onto an empty river space of your choice. And any silt spheres that are on your board, you can also place out at any time on your turn. So now that we understand how the farming works, let's just briefly discuss the rest of the other 6 actions in the game. And so moving on to the market action, this is another way in which you can get resources besides just farming. And as you can see, this is another action that requires you to put out a worker. But basically, going to the market requires you to go to this side of the board here. And you can only ever have at most 1 worker in the market. Now, I should mention that at the start of the game, we're only going to have 3 extra workers available to us. And so if at any time you need to put out a worker when you don't have any more next to your board, then you can always relocate a worker from another area of the board, except for the temple, which we'll discuss in a second. And so workers are placed in one of these stalls that are in between 2 different types of resources. And when going to the market, if you'd like to collect the 2 resources that are adjacent to your worker, then you can choose to trade, but that does come at a cost. You'll first have to place one of your own resources in the center of the market, and then you'll get to take one of each type of resource that is adjacent to your worker. However, if another player also has a worker that is adjacent to one of the stalls that you're activating, then they also gain that resource. So in this example, if I were to trade, I would gain 1 papyrus and a fruit, and Naveen would also gain a papyrus. Alternatively, if I don't want to spend a resource, I can choose to collect by taking all of the resources that are in the center, but any player who has a merchant in the marketplace also gets a resource of their choice. It does not have to be a resource that's adjacent to their worker, but they will also gain that benefit. And that is essentially how going to the market works. Now, if you already have a worker at the market, when you take this action, you can choose to move them to a different spot, or they can stay in the same spot. And those are the 2 main ways in which we'll be collecting resources in the game, by farming and by going to the market. And so one of the things that we're going to be using resources for is to build, which is the next type of action and is actually represented by this symbol. And you can find these symbols next to their corresponding areas of the board. So this is the building action, this is the market action, etc. Now, when taking this action, if you don't already have a worker in this section, then you have to place one, and workers will always start in the bottommost building space here. But if you already had a worker there, then when taking this action, you would advance them up the track. And then you can build one of the buildings in the display by paying the resources that are in the top left-hand corner. And so buildings are going to be one of the main ways in which we score points, because at the top right-hand corner of each building card is a symbol, and at the end of the game, we'll score points depending on how many different types of symbols that we have in a set. So this is the set collection aspect. In addition, at the end of each season, any cards that have this sort of section on it will also score us points if we met the criteria. Cards that have a banner at the bottom also have an ongoing benefit that we can use once per round. And any card that has a section at the bottom left-hand corner is an immediate benefit that you get to take when building the building. And so in this example, this would allow me to remove 2 yellow spheres and gain a silt sphere. And so the significance of your worker on the track is any building that I choose to build that is beyond my worker, I'll have to pay additional papyrus. As an example, if I wanted to build this building over here because my worker is on this spot, I would have to pay 2 papyrus in addition to the building's cost. And once you get to the top, you can't progress any further. But if I were to ever remove my worker because I needed it for a different area, as an example, and then I were to take this action again, your worker would start at the very bottom. And we'll discuss the various building types and effects as we play the game. So then, moving on to the last type of action that requires a worker. This is the priest action, and it corresponds to the 3 different temples that we have at the top left-hand corner. And so taking this action allows you to choose one of the 3 temples, and you can advance up to 4 spaces in that one temple. But for each advancement, you'll have to pay a different type of resource. resource. And so that is why it is up to a maximum of 4, because there are 4 different types of resources in the game. And each time you progress up the temple track, then you'll gain the benefit of each space that you pass through and land on. And so anytime you see this symbol that represents points, which you'll gain immediately, other benefits include gaining debens. These symbols allow you to unlock a worker. And so we have 4 locked workers on our player boards. And whenever you unlock one, you get to choose which benefit to receive. And that worker will be unlocked for the rest of the game. This temple in particular gains you temple action cards, which are basically much stronger versions of the regular action cards, because as you can see, some sections will have multiple actions that you can resolve from left to right. And the third temple over here gains you these priest cards. So as you can see, we have some that'll gain us 2 or 3 points, and these you'll keep hidden until the end of the game, in which you'll reveal them. But some cards, such as these, allow you to either gain 1 point at the end of the game, or during your turn, you can reveal them to gain the benefit that's shown. And so at the end of each season, any player who has priests in any of the temples will gain these cards as well. And one thing that I should mention is if when advancing on a priest track, you land on an opponent's space, then you actually bump them forward 1 space and they'll gain a passive benefit for that bump. But again, you have to land on their space exactly. And also keep in mind that once you place a worker into one of the temples, you can never remove them from that temple. Now, the last 3 types of actions do not require you to manipulate workers. And so 2 of them are here along the Avenue of the Sphinxes is what they're called. And so the pink action here allows you to put out one of your 3 sphinxes on an available space that's in the avenue. And so each of these tokens here are places where you can assign your sphinx. And so as an example, if I were to place mine here, then I would resolve that space immediately, which gains me 2 points. But in order to put out a sphinx, I have to pay a fruit. Now, on a future turn, if I were to take the Sphinx action again, I would have to pay another fruit, but I would place out my second Sphinx, and I would get to resolve all of these spaces where I have a Sphinx. And so as you can see, that can be quite lucrative if you're able to put out all 3 of your Sphinxes. On the other hand, the Decorator action allows you to choose one of these spaces and resolve it. And it does not matter if there is a Sphinx on the space or not, and you also do not have to pay a fruit. So it's fairly simple in that way. And we'll discuss all of these benefits as we play the playthrough. And just so you know, these are double-sided, so the effects that you play with are going to change from game to game. And so moving on to the last type of action, this allows us to offer resources to the Pharaoh, up to a maximum of 4 different types. And in return, you'll gain points equal to 1 more than the number of resources that you've offered. So as an example, if I were to give the Pharaoh 4 different types of resources, this would immediately score me 5 points. And the resources will actually go behind your screen, because at the end of the season, we're going to go through each type of resource, and whoever has offered the most of each type will gain 2 points for that resource. And that's essentially it. Those are all the different types of actions in the game. Now, once you finish resolving your 1 or 2 sections of your card, then you'll always end your turn by drawing a new action card from the Nile. And there will always be a number of cards here equal to the number of players plus 2. When taking an action card, these go directly into your hand, and any resources goes into your supply, and these are not refilled until the end of the round. So whoever goes first in turn order has more options, essentially. And then you'll always end your turn by discarding down to the maximum resource limits, which are 4 of each type, including the Deben and Silt Spheres. And once all players have taken a turn, then we'll start a new round. Once all 4 rounds in a season have been completed, then the season ends and we go into end of season steps. But before we talk about that, one last thing on your turn that I forgot to mention is when revealing your cards, you can choose to not reveal a card and basically pay 1 Deben for each card that you did not reveal that season. So if it's your first one, then it's only 1 Deben. But if I were to do it again in the same season, I would have to pay 2 Debens. And this essentially allows you to choose any of the 8 actions to resolve. And it also gives you 1 of each type of glyph on the right-hand side, which means any card that you played next that has a glyph on the left-hand side will always be completed. And so that's a nice way of taking an action that you absolutely need to take if maybe you don't have that action on any of the cards in your hand. Now, at the end of the season, if you are able to complete the glyph that's on the right-hand side of your player board, that'll score you 2 points. It has no effect on the types of actions that you get to take that round, but you will score 2 points during the end of season steps. In addition, we'll also score our building cards if we have any that provide us with end of season points, and we'll score the majorities for the different types of resources that have been offered to the Pharaoh. And any player who is able to score for that will have to discard all the resources of that type. Then we'll prepare for the next season by discarding all of our cards, as well as replacing the deck in the Nile with the next type. And we'll also reshuffle the weather tiles. Once the third season is over, then the game will end, and we'll score the majorities for the offerings to the Pharaoh one more time, but this time it's for the total number of resources that you have at the end of the game. At that point, we'll also reveal and score all of the priest cards in our hands, which we'll earn at the end of the season. I didn't mention that earlier, but we'll discuss how that works as we play the playthrough. We'll also score 1 point for every 3 resources, Deben, and Sylph spheres that we have left over. And finally, we'll reveal our hand of cards, and we'll count up all of the glyphs that are showing across all of our leftover cards, and whichever type that we have the most of will score 1 point per glyph. And at that point, whoever has the most points wins.
Okay, we are ready to go. We've already drafted our letter A cards, which is from season 0. We are going to be going into season 1, but there is no turn order because the cards dictate who goes first.
That's right. And so during season 0, in turn order, we also decided where we place out our first farmers. So I'm going to be the blue player today, and I decided to place my farmer over here in this barley field.
As for me, I chose to go over here because I want fruit.
And we've also drafted our starting hand of 4 cards each from the A deck. So then, let's go ahead and get started with the first season by determining the weather forecast.
What do we got? Okay, we have 1 silt, 2 sun,
Yes,
and then 3 water.
3 water. So again, it's always
you want
going
to be the first one to toss in there?
A total of 6. Sure. Would you like to?
No, you could be the first one.
Oh, me?
Go ahead, shake them up,
Oh,
toss them in
thank
that
you.
pyramid. Let's see what happens.
Lots of water because it is still the wet season.
Come on, silt, go to me.
Please.
Where did the silt end up? Where I am, yes.
Here.
Perfect.
All right. Well, we do have 1 silt over here. So this is going to get placed onto this spot, which means if you produce on your field over here, Naveen, you'll get 2 of that resource.
Yeah.
And again, if there are ever 5 spheres of the same color on one ramp, then we would discard them until there are no longer 5 or more.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and discard the ones that are touching of opposing colors.
Water,
So
sun,
we have,
bye-bye.
Yes.
These 2 bye-bye. So all these go away.
yes, and this is it.
That's it.
This
That's
is
all we got
our first round weather.
Okay. All right, I'm actually going to save everybody's ears here who are watching. We're just going to use these rings that actually came with our game. So we're going to change these out.
All right, so now that that's done, we are going to choose an action card from our hand for this first round. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, me too.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3,
Flip.
reveal.
Okay.
All right, so we are both revealing our cards. Now, again, you don't
connection.
have to flip over your card if you'd like to just place it from the back side, and then you can choose any of the 8 actions, but we are going to be resolving our cards this round.
Of course.
So what is the number of your action card?
I have a really high one, 97.
I have 11, which
Yes,
means
it's
I'm
gonna be
going
you.
to be going first. The turn order does not change. And anyone who does not reveal their cards, by the way, the value is a 1. So you'll get to go first as long as you're the only one who didn't reveal. But in the case of a tie, then you'll temporarily reveal your cards.
Yep.
So then, on your turn, the first thing you do is resolve any weather effects of your action card. These A cards don't have that.
Nope.
So I'm going to go ahead and go straight to my action. And since I did not match the glyph on my left-hand side of my card here, I can only choose between these 2. And for my action, I think I'm going to do the farmer action. Now, I already have a farmer on the board, but I think I want to place out a second one. So I'm going to go ahead and place out my farmer in this fruit field over here. There are actually 2 available spaces there.
Yeah, there's 2 here. If it's a 4-player game, then you'd have this 3rd spot.
Yes, and even though Naveen is on this field, he can still put another farmer on this one. So you can put 1 farmer on each of the 8 fields. In addition, I get to rearrange my farmers that are already on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on this field here because there is an extra silt.
There is.
And that is it for that action. So I'm going to go ahead and end my turn by drawing one of these cards. I think I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
So that I can take that resource. And this does not refill until the end of the round. So all that happens next is I would discard down to my maximum limit of 4 per resource, which I'm definitely within.
You're fine.
And now it goes to you.
Okay. Well, I did match on the left here, so I am going to be able to take both of these actions, but I do have to resolve the first one, which is at the top, and then this one at the bottom. So I'm going to send a merchant out to this part of the board for trading. So I have 1 of 3, and I'm going to place them here. So
Okay.
I feel like, well, I'm next to the fruit. Actually, let me not do that. I'm going to put them here
Okay.
in between. So because I'm near fruit over there out in that farm, I
Yeah.
don't think I want to go there.
Okay.
In order to do this, we have to trade. So I'm going to trade one of my goods for the 2 goods that surround my merchant here.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to give up one of these, which is
Okay.
that barley, I believe.
Yes.
And then I'm actually going to get a barley back as well as one of these.
A papyrus.
Papyrus, yep.
There you go.
There we are. So that's the first action. The next action I'm going to take is down here, offering to the pharaoh, and I can give up to 4 unique types of resources to the
Yes.
pharaoh for a certain amount of points.
So soon.
I will do that. I'm going to give up one of everything.
One of everything?
One of everything. Let's just do it
so
all.
that is 5 points.
5
it's
points.
1 plus the number of resources.
Yeah, and so this goes into my little box over here, my little screen.
Nice.
And so I'm going to get 5 points.
This is bad.
And now it forces Monique to really have to take this action at some point.
I didn't
because
have one maybe in
If
my
not,
starting hand.
I could steal this one right here and take it
Go
away.
for it.
I kind of want that though, which I'm going to take because resources are important.
I
So
knew you
I'm
were
gonna take this.
bluffing.
I know.
And that's it, right?
That's
because
it.
you are also within your warehouse limits.
I am.
So that is the end of the first round. These leftover cards will get a resource placed on them.
Yeah, so we get a barley and a fruit on
Yes.
these particular ones. So
And
let's
if-
just slide these down.
If a resource was still on a card that was not taken, you do not place a second one. It's only if it was empty.
Right.
All right, so we're going to begin the next round. We have 2 new
ones.
cards.
There we go.
And let's go ahead and see what the weather forecast is.
Okay, weather time. Let's flip
Weather
this
time.
over. Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of water coming in.
Lots of
so Lots
water.
of sun is gonna get canceled.
Yes.
5 water.
5 water and 1 sun. So
5
no
water,
silt.
1 sun. So this is it
Interesting.
right here. All right, I'll throw it in.
Okay,
Wish it luck.
good luck.
There we go. Perfect. Okay.
All right, so let's start canceling some of this stuff
Sure.
out. We have
These 2.
this entire
And then
ramp
these 2.
is
This
going
entire
to
ramp
empty.
is wiped.
because when you remove and marbles start filling in, then you would basically continue doing
Correct.
it until only one color remains.
Very good.
Okay, and again, empty ramps are always productive.
That's right.
So we can
these are actually good things.
produce-
This is a good sign.
I think we can produce everywhere except for here.
Let's see. Yes,
because-
you can't because this required at least
Water.
Water.
This,
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have sun on this ramp for this
Right.
field, for either of these fields, really. All right, time to choose another card. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Flip.
I'm not flipping this.
You're not flipping?
I'm not.
I went with 13.
You went with 13. Well, because I'm not flipping, I have to pay a Debin.
Yes.
It's the first time I'm doing it this season. So I don't know if this was smart or not. But the benefit here is not only do I go first, but there's every single type of glyph in the game on the right-hand side.
It'll attach.
So next turn, as long as I play one with the left side, then I'll be able to do both.
Sure.
So the action that I'm going to choose is also giving an offer to the pharaoh. I got
Forced
nervous.
you to do it, yeah.
I said I kind of gave away the fact that I didn't have any of those cards in my hand. So this is a nice way to do
You
it.
can do all of them.
And we
Every
only
single
have 4 turns, so I just want to make sure that I can do it at least once.
You have to pace with me.
Yes.
Right? When one player does it, especially in a 2-player game, you have to.
We have to,
Otherwise,
so-
I'm going to get an extra 8 at the end of the round.
Right. There's the 4, because again, at the end of the season, we're going to see whoever has donated the most of each type,
Yep.
and each type scores 2 points.
Right.
So that is it for that action. Now I get to take a card.
You need to replenish some of those resources.
Right. So I'm going to take this one.
Yeah.
It gives me a fruit, which, again, you can use to put out a sphinx. But
True. It's true.
anywho, there you go. That's it for me. Now it goes to you.
Okay, so I did not match here on the left with
Mm-hmm.
a glyph. So I'm going to actually skip this one. I'm going to build a building.
Ah.
I think I'm going to build the very first building there.
this
So I
one
have to
here.
send out
so
a
you need
builder.
a builder. Okay.
There they will go.
All right.
And I'm just going to build that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I wanted to build ones that are higher, I would have to pay papyrus.
Right.
I am very stingy, so I don't want to do that.
So this is the building
Yes.
that you are building. You have to turn in a barley and any other resource of your choice.
Let's go with this one.
Okay, and
There we
this
go.
has this. These symbols represent the different types of buildings thematically, and so now you have that type.
I do.
And once per round, if you take the farmer action, you can exchange one resource of your choice
Right.
with any other one. And at the end of the season, if you have your merchant in play,
I
then
do.
you score 2 points.
Yeah, so it's a good setup right here. So
There you go.
I'll just place this one out here, just so I can keep track and see it easily.
Okay, so we'll place our buildings off to the sides here.
Sure.
Oops. And then these are going to slide down, and we refill from the top.
Right.
So now we have this type of building that lets you turn in, you can spend A flax for any other type of resource?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It'll
I
slide
believe-
down eventually. Nobody's doing that right now. It's just
a
way
lot of
too
papyrus.
expensive on papyrus.
Yeah.
I really want this, but this connects. This connects here, so I can take 2 actions. But then, what am I donating at that point? You
What
know?
are you donating?
Okay, I will take this.
Okay.
I'm worried about resources. I'm gonna take it.
All right.
Okay, so these will get barley on each one. That's what's kind of the small outline in there.
Yes. So
And
we
then-
have barley, and then we get 2 new cards.
2 new ones. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Nice. So at least this gives us options.
It
You know,
does.
you're not stuck with the 4 cards that you drafted at the start of the game.
Exactly.
So, all right, let's see what the weather is now.
Okay, what's in store for us now? So we saw a
Silt.
lot of water. You
Silt.
got some silt?
I would love
No,
some silt.
water and sun. So
Okay, 5 water.
5 water, just like last time, right?
Yeah,
Just
I
similar.
mean, it is a majority
5
water and
and
sun.
1
But,
sun. You want to do it this time?
sure.
All
Okay,
right.
so this is
Shuffle it up,
all-
toss it in there.
6.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Again, this is a prototype.
Please do something
So things will be
good.
different. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so this is going to cancel.
Yes.
Here you go.
Off it goes.
And these 2 are basically going to cancel. This is now converted into a water ramp,
Ramp.
which means this field is now
It is fertile. Yeah.
productive.
Yeah. Okay, third action here. I have my card.
All right. I think I'm going to go with this. This is a tough decision. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
2.
Okay. I
What'd you
played
pick?
64.
Okay, so it's me. So we're
That's
going
you.
to switch this around. So I played a 2.
Okay.
I did not match on the left here, unfortunately. I am going to put out a farmer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My last farmer is going to go
Okay.
out. I'm not going to move anybody around, though. Now, I think this is actually the only one that's not fertile
yeah.
where you are.
For some reason, I thought everything was.
This is fertile from this
productive.
perspective,
Right.
but not from this perspective here.
Right. This is not productive
That is
because it
not.
has a blue
Ball.
sphere in the ramp.
So I'll place myself onto a slot into this farm over here. So let's
Okay.
just place myself right there.
That field. All right. Done.
That's it.
Okay. Which card would you like?
Well, if I take this one and actually play it, it'll match up here to get me an extra 2 points. So
true.
might as well take it.
All right. So then it goes back to me, and I do have a weather effect,
Okay.
which I think I will use. It says that I can remove a sun sphere
Okay.
anywhere on the board.
So all the way out
So the limits here are I can only have 2 at most, and 1 is already pretty risky. So I'm just going to remove this.
there. Okay.
Thank you. And like Naveen was mentioning, I did match on my left-hand side glyph here, so I will do both actions from top to bottom, starting with harvesting.
Yeah.
Now, I can't harvest on this field.
No.
I didn't, for some reason, I thought it was productive. It's
No.
not. So I will only harvest on this field.
Which is good,
and it's good because it's the only one that has 3 silt spheres. So I'm going to gain 2 of this resource, which
barley.
is barley. Oh my gosh, I have so much
is-
barley.
Which is your max capacity for.
It is my max capacity. At the end of my turn, though,
The good thing is you're going to donate a bunch
I am
of
going to
it,
donate.
probably.
But before I do, because I produce here, I remove a silt
Yes, you
sphere.
do. Oh, man.
So now it's down to
That's
1.
less.
It is not as
Less
lucrative.
productive, yeah.
Okay, so that is it for harvesting. Now I'm going to present an offering to the pharaoh. So
What are you going
1,
to offer? You're going to offer everything?
2, yeah, 3, 4.
Oh, man.
I have
Okay.
to. Well, I still can because if I can hold on to this,
5 points. Yeah,
then
you're going
it's
to get an
gonna
extra
be
8 points.
at the end. So it kind of tells Naveen that he's got to do something about it, right?
There's nothing
So
you can do about it.
these go into my screen. There's always something you can do. You can leave your card flipped over. And then I'm going to take this card. So much barley. I'm not doing this on purpose. All right. That's that. So these will slide down. We don't gain another resource
We
on
don't.
that card, but we do gain 1 here.
Okay. 2 more
So,
coming in.
2 more coming in.
It's looking good.
This is
looking
for the
good.
final round
Right.
in the first season. Let's see the weather.
All right, weather. What are you going to do? So you are going to...
Ooh, we have a silt.
We have a silt. So it's going to be 5 water.
5 water
Which is a lot of
and
water.
1 silt.
1 silt. It's going to be this orange one?
Yes.
There
Oh,
we
do you
go.
want to toss it in?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Very exciting.
Oh,
Oh, Naveen.
that one did not go legally. All right, went
Okay.
somewhere else. Okay.
So this is the silt,
problematic.
which will go here,
Yeah.
and neither of us are in these fields, so
Right.
I guess that's fair. And I think nothing else,
That's
right?
it, yeah.
It's just a bunch of water. And just so you know, this is extra, not
Extra
productive.
no.
All right, final round of the season. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Flip. 67.
27.
Okay, so you're going to
So,
go first.
I'm going first this time.
You have a matchy-matchy?
I do have a
Oh,
matchy-matchy.
You do have a matchy-matchy.
But not with my board, so I won't get the 2 points.
Neither will I.
do. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so first things first, my weather effect. There are no yellow spheres, sun spheres on the board,
Okay.
so nothing to remove. Because I matched, I will be able to take the priest action followed by building something.
Okay.
Which means I need to be cautious of which resources I spend. So then I think I'm just going to spend one resource to progress up the leftmost
This track?
temple. Yeah,
Just
this
a
is
bunch
so
of points, a points track.
well, because I didn't explain this in the teach,
Yeah.
but at the end of a season, whoever is the highest up on the leftmost temple will get to draw as many priest cards from the deck equal to the number of players just all over all three temples.
Yep.
And then in this order, from left to right, top to bottom, we get to choose those cards, and those are points or special abilities. So I'm going to turn in one, and this goes to the supply.
Okay.
And my worker is going to...
Drop you off. I'll just put you standing up this time because it's
Okay.
kind of tight over here. So you are going to get 1 point.
Yes, I
So,
get 1 point for that.
There you go.
And now I can never move this worker out of this temple.
They are locked
So
in on
they're
this
locked in.
particular temple. You can never use them again somewhere else on the board.
Right. And that is it for the priest action. So now I'm going to build. I don't have a builder yet.
No.
So here's my last worker. I really need to be able to unlock another one, but I don't have another one. So the only building that I can afford to build is this first one.
Yep.
So it's a fruit. This is a building,
Yeah.
actually. It's a fruit and a barley.
Right.
So there you go. And this is a commercial building that allows me to basically turn in a barley instead of fruit or vice versa once per turn.
Okay.
And with a building like this, I can say, for example, because I have a lot of barley, when providing an offering to the pharaoh, I can turn in 2 barley instead of a barley and a fruit.
Because it would represent 2 different
Yes.
resources.
Right.
But because you have that ability, one of those resources can be the same, which would
Yes,
be the barley.
specifically for barley
And
and
fruit,
fruit. And I would place the 2 barley behind my screen. So that's an extra barley instead of fruit. So
Yeah.
that is actually an important consideration.
Okay.
And that's it. Unfortunately for me, that building doesn't have any end of season scoring
Nope.
like Naveen's does. So
Mine will have.
that's something nice, Naveen. You just have to make sure that you qualify
Yes.
every season.
I will.
And
Yeah.
at 6 points. Okay, so that is the end of my turn. Which card do I want? This is to set up for the next season.
This one definitely can lock in because it has this left, and you'll
That's
always
true.
start from left to right. So
Yeah, and it's not a good feeling not being able to connect to that first
ton
glyph.
of water out there, and you could manipulate the water.
But no barley.
No barley.
All right, that's fine. I am
Yeah,
going to
it's
take
good.
this. That was a pretty
Yeah.
strong argument, especially now that I have that card.
Yeah.
So I can always turn in 2. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you
Okay.
mean. Yes.
Your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna resolve both of these. I do have a match.
Yes.
I can take out a sun. I
There's
think
no
there's
sun.
literally no sun out there, which
Right.
is fine. I'm not too concerned about that.
And these are always optional, by
Right.
the way, those effects.
So I'm definitely gonna want to do this. So I'm just gonna move my merchant around, or I could stay here and just collect these 2. But I do have to trade something into the center.
Right. So it's trade or collect.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the 1 barley or do you want to give up something for barley and
things.
papyrus?
Well, I'm actually gonna be moving, so I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
I will give up 1 barley,
Okay.
which stinks because you can use barley to your advantage.
It's
but
once
that's
per turn. It's
okay.
not like,
It's fine.
you know,
To get these 2 things,
Okay.
flax and fruit, and
Flax and
surprise,
fruit.
surprise, they're about to go somewhere,
Somewhere.
in a second.
okay.
So that was that. Now I'm going to be taking this action, which allows me to go here and utilize one of these 10 different Sphinx tiles.
Yes.
So
This is the decorator.
It is the
ability.
decorator,
You
yeah.
don't have to pay the fruit.
yeah, I'm adorning the structures there. So I want to take a building action because I have the fruit and the flax needed for that one right over there. So
Mm-hmm.
the only way I can do that I see, unless you see something else, is this one based off the way
Yeah.
the tiles are set up. So I have to get rid of. So in the rule book, this is actually 2 victory points.
Yes.
I have to lose 2 victory points, unfortunately, for
Right.
this.
'Cause
But
again, this is a prototype.
it's the prototype.
So you're giving
tile
up 2 victory points in order
Yes.
to take one of these 3 actions. It's the priest, building, or harvesting. And
I'm
you said you
choosing
would build?
building, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do the one that I'm on. So I move up every time you build.
Yes.
You move up as long as
Okay.
you don't leave.
But you want this one. You
Yeah.
can afford either
I
because
can.
it's the
but
same cost.
That one has end of round scoring, and it's
Okay.
a new. They're both new symbols in the top right.
Okay.
So
So,
there you
it's
go.
a flax and a fruit.
Yep.
And
Instantly, it gets me the ability to discard 2 sun.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing, but I gain 1 silt right now into my personal supply, so that could be useful in the future.
yes, because you can always put that out.
And then at the end of every single season, I am going to be able to score points depending on how many farmers I have out there. Right now, I have 2 out there. So I would get 2 points. So the 2 points I spent, I'll
Nice.
just get right back, and then hopefully I can keep that going.
And this is an agricultural building.
And it's an
so
agricultural
it's a different
building.
type for
Yeah.
you.
So there we go. So I have 2 different buildings now.
So you're getting points in other ways.
Other ways, yeah.
I'm offering to the pharaoh.
You are.
And you're doing other things.
Yep.
All right. So, this lets you progress up twice on this specific temple. So there are symbols that correspond with the temples here.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm a little hurting right now for things. So I am going to take this tile here. Let's
Okay.
just take that.
A card.
Mine.
All right. So you took your card.
I did.
Our warehouse limits are good. That is it. So now we have reached the end of the season, which means we are going to follow some different steps. We're going to score some points and reset for the next season. So first things first, at the start of the end of season, whoever is the furthest ahead on this temple track will draw priest cards.
So you're going to draw priest cards equal to the amount of total
Workers there.
that are in the temples. So you get 1.
Yes, and I'm basically not going to have a choice because I just top decked it. And this is going to be kept a secret. So I can either choose to reveal it on my turn if it has a benefit, or I save it for the end of the game and I'll score those points. Now, anybody who matched with the right hand glyph here will score 2 points. Neither of us did.
That's fine.
So then we move on to the next thing, which is scoring any buildings that have end of season points.
So I do.
Yes,
so
I don't.
This one right here says, as long as I have a merchant
Yeah.
in this location, I get 2 points. I do. 1, 2. And then this one is that one that I just picked up, the
Yeah.
building. So if I have 2 farmers, I get 2 points. I have 1, 2 farmers out. So
Okay.
let's get myself 1, 2.
So you're going to want to put out a third so you can score 3 points for the next
problem
2 rounds,
is
6 points.
the only other way to really get more people is to put somebody in here to go up on these tracks and get the extra workers that
Right.
are over here. So
each temple has a worker unlocking space,
kinda
but there are
locked in.
also some buildings that you'll see which give you that immediate benefit.
however, I don't see any right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we are going to reveal the resources behind our screens.
Sure.
And we're going to go type by type and see who has donated
I think
the
it's
most.
2 to 1, right?
I think it
You did it
is.
twice.
I think I
did it
donated
once.
2 of each type of resource twice.
You did.
So I'm basically going to score all
2
of them.
times 4.
So it's 2 points per type, and I have all 4. So I'm going to score 8 points.
Yeah. So, it's really far. So we're going to go from here to
So to 19.
19. There you go.
Now, the thing about it is anybody who scores points for these must discard all of the resource of the type that you scored. Because I
Correct.
scored all of them, I'm going to discard all of them.
I don't.
You don't,
So I have that
Naveen's
leg
gonna
up
keep
now
them.
in this particular.
Yes,
Or
that's scoring
turn order, yeah,
criteria.
so-
And now I will remember that.
will remember
You have 1 of each.
Yeah.
And if in the case of a tie, all tied players will score 1
1
point,
point,
but
yeah.
you still have to discard that resource.
I feel like you're going to go for at least 1 so that I can't get the 8 points.
And that's essentially it for scoring. So now all the cards that we placed on our player boards
They're out.
are out of the game. These
take
are
them.
done.
Yep.
Any leftover resources on cards in the Nile are actually placed in the center of the
Yeah, look at
market.
that.
So that's a bit more lucrative. And then
Barley,
this
barley.
entire deck is out.
It's out,
So
yeah.
it's being replaced
It is.
with the
for
C deck.
C deck. So the C deck is going to be all green, just
Yeah.
like this, because this pawn is going to move down. We're in this
We're in
particular
the middle season.
middle season.
And so there are 5 decks. It's A through E. The
Mm-hmm.
A deck is just for season 0, which is setup. And then the E deck is specifically in the temple, and those action cards are quite strong.
Right. All right. So we're going to reveal 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very
We
nice.
also reshuffle the weather tiles.
We do. Yeah.
And I'm going to place a resource on the 2 lowest numbered cards in the Nile. So we have a 35 and an 82. So these 2 are going to get a resource. So we have barley
Barley again.
and papyrus.
Papyrus.
And if it wasn't apparent, the higher the numbered card, the stronger the card is. And the lower the number, it's not as strong. And that is
Sure.
why it dictates turn order. In addition, we also discard the lowest numbered building card.
Oh, yeah.
And these are going to slide down.
Is that the green? Is that the symbol I already have? right here?
Yes,
Okay,
that
that's
is
good
the
to know.
symbol.
Because you want unique
that you already
symbols
have.
for endgame scoring.
And this is going to go at the bottom of
Yeah.
the building deck.
There we go.
So we have our weather tiles shuffled. And that is it. We are now set up for the second season. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, first round. Please, let's see the weather forecast.
Okay, weather forecast says.
The combination's a
it
bit
is-
different now.
Okay, so we have quite a bit here.
So it's 1, 2, 3 water.
Okay.
And in this season, it's 1 of each type.
Always
so we have
one silt.
3 water, 2 sun, and 1 silt.
2 sun. Okay, there we go. You want to be the one?
Okay,
All right, shuffle them up.
so it's a little bit
drop 'em in.
more, going on
Yep.
in terms of the weather. What do we?
There you go. Now you're fertile
Wow.
over here. Yeah.
The silt really
It's-
likes
it's
to
producing.
go on this side
Nice. Okay, so this is going to come off. This is good for you
here. Yes.
because now this is an empty ramp.
Finally,
Finally.
there's
There
that.
we go. Okay.
Weather is done.
Weather's done.
Now let's go ahead and choose our first card.
Okay, I'm going
Ready?
to go with this one. Yep.
1, 2, 3. Reveal.
31.
Okay, 5.
5.
So I'm going to go first.
Okay.
I did not match with that left. I know
Same.
you had me choose. I shouldn't have chosen that card.
I didn't have you do anything.
Don't
you
listen
you did.
to
I just said it was an
other
option.
people's advice. I
That's it.
know.
Yeah.
I felt peer pressured. I took the card, didn't even use it. Anyway, this allows me to either harvest or place out a Sphinx.
Which I
Now,
think you can do, right?
I technically can. Well, I technically can.
You can because you have that building that allows you to interchange barley for fruit and vice versa. And in order to place out one of your 3 Sphinx onto one of these locations,
Oh, I have to pay a fruit.
you have to pay a fruit. But you have the building now that allows you to spend one of those barley as
Right.
fruit.
I will do it.
Yeah,
I
this
think
action can compound.
it can. I think I will try to do both actually because I'm skipping this and I'm just going to do the Sphinx action.
Okay.
Like Naveen was saying, you have to pay a fruit. So I'm going to pay barley in exchange for fruit.
Yeah, only you can do that.
Only I can do that. And that allows me to put out a Sphinx. So I'm going to claim this spot.
This one.
Yes,
The one that I did,
the
yeah.
one that you just did. So
Okay.
I also
that
am
makes
going
me feel
to pay.
good that you're going -2.
But in the future, I can put out another Sphinx, and you'll be able to activate all of the Sphinxes that you have there.
Yep.
So the earlier you do it, the better
It compounds.
that is. It compounds. So I'm going to take the harvest action though, because it's either priest,
It's either
building.
priest, which for you, priest is only go
is gonna
up
be 1
or
point.
go up somewhere. Yeah.
I can't afford to build anything, so I will harvest because both fields where my farmers are in, they're both
They're looking
productive.
semi-juicy.
And this has a silt in it, an extra
does.
one, so it's going to score me 2. So I'm going to produce on both. This is going to gain me 1 fruit.
Yep. 1 fruit, and then you're gonna do it over there.
For 2 barley, because
barley.
there's 3 silt here.
The
So
barley lady.
I am a barley lady. That is true.
Yeah.
Because I produced on both of these, 1 silt from each
each.
ramp will be removed.
That's
All right.
That's not good.
Not bad.
That's bad.
And that is it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a card. And I think I'm going to take this just so I can have a
Something.
different type of resource,
A
really.
resource.
And it's back to you.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to do a Sphinx action as well. This does not match over here. There's no sun to take out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's all
there's no
water.
sun. It's all water.
Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing that you did. I'm going to spend a fruit in order to take this action.
Okay.
And I'm going to put my Sphinx onto this spot here.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to gain me a Devon, which is great.
Yes.
Those are nice.
That is nice.
Those are usable.
So you can buy silt with 2 Devons.
I could, yes.
Or you can start doing the whole flip over the
Yeah,
card thing.
or I can manipulate some of the water and sun that's
Yes,
out there.
that's true.
If things are not going in my favor. And then now I'm going to take the farmer action because perhaps I don't see any farmers out there, and maybe my hand is telling me I have to do this. So
Okay.
I am going to move this merchant here. And maybe
Okay.
there might be a way to get back there. And I'm going to place them here because this is kind of the safest spot that I see right now.
Okay.
And then now I can move these 2 people out of their non-productive areas. So I'm going to get this one to move.
If you want fruit, this field that I'm in here, that is productive.
That is, huh?
Yeah, this area over here is a bit rough.
But any water that comes in here wipes it out, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll just go there.
The weather.
The weather. Okay, yeah, I'll just stay there.
Okay.
That's going to be me. So I moved over.
All right.
All right.
Solid.
That-
So you get a card.
I do get a card. You know, resources are nice, and this lets me discard something. So I'm going to take this.
Okay.
Might as well. All right, so that's going to be it for me. These are going to now
That
both
is
get
it.
papyrus.
So
on
we are
those,
gaining papyrus on those
each
cards.
of those. Yeah,
And I believe we need a new weather
we
forecast.
do. Yeah. Okay. So
Hopefully, what do you don't want? Water? Oh, sorry. It's a lot of water.
water.
So 3 water,
3 water.
2 silt, 1 sun.
2 silt though. That is a nice time to harvest. All right. So what do we have going here?
Lots of silt. Hopefully.
Okay.
Okay. So
All
we
right.
have our first situation here where there's 5 of the same color.
There is.
So we're going to remove this.
Yep.
Now there's 4, so that's fine. The silt will get placed on their
Got all that silt
corresponding-
over there.
I know, it's nice.
It is.
And this is the only conflicting.
Yep.
So lots of water. Lots and lots of water. We have a very
Oh boy,
high
oh
tide
boy.
season
I
along
know.
the Nile. All right, second round. Ready?
I am ready. Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Flip.
Reveal.
30.
22.
You.
All right, so I'm first.
Always you.
I guess so.
Yeah.
You're playing high valued cards.
You got a little matchy.
You did match. I did not match.
Mm.
So I'm going to go ahead and go first. There is no sun to remove.
Are you
so I'm
gonna Sphinx
skipping the
it?
weather. I am going to Sphinx. How
Yeah.
did you know?
Well, it's compounding.
So I'm going to turn in this barley as fruit.
So you're using your building.
I'm using my building.
Okay.
Yes, to put out another Sphinx. So, and I think I'm going to put it.
So you can't go anywhere that costs Devon. So
yeah,
these 3
I
are
don't have
basically
any Devon.
eliminated.
I'm going to go here.
Okay.
So this allows me to turn in one resource to go up once on a track or turn in two different ones to go up two. So it's basically the priest action, but to a maximum of two.
Two, yeah.
So I will go here.
Which is really three, right?
Which-
Because you spent one resource just to have the right to take
To
this
activate
action.
both,
Yeah.
really. So I'm going to turn in both of these resources. So they're two different resources.
Okay.
To go, I don't have I have to move one of my,
You do. So you
Workers.
can come off the building area there. You can get out of the fields. Or you can just go up this track. There's no harm in going up
No,
this
I
track.
want to unlock a worker. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this. So I'm turning these in. I'm still doing it.
Okay.
And I'm going to move my builder because I'm only at the bottom anyway.
You're not a builder.
I'm not a builder right now.
You're
so
a prayer.
This is the hard part. The hard part is managing the worker economy.
Totally.
Because you need to do all these actions and you only have so many. So I'm going to go one, two.
two.
So I get 1 point
1 point for
for
you.
that.
So far.
And I get to unlock one of my workers
Who gets you something?
who will get me something. I have been so deprived of Debins.
Debin deprived.
So I'm going to gain a Debin. So now I have that worker unlocked.
Solid move.
And because I did the Sphinx action, I can also activate this one.
So all your Sphinx get activated.
Yes, so I'm going to spend 2 points
That's
so
good.
that I can build a building.
Oh, can you afford a building?
I can. Oh yeah. When you take the building action, you place out a builder. So now I have a builder. And I'm going to do this one.
How are you going to do that one?
Wait, why? Oh, I can't afford a building.
papyrus.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. My whole life is a lie.
Ruined. You're
Ruined. So ruined.
Now, you are eligible to harvest here. You can harvest and get, what, 2 of these?
Two more
Two
barley.
Barley's useful. You're converting it somehow.
Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? I am going to. I think I will go up the temple.
Okay.
Right. That is one of the options.
So
I've already spent my points.
You've already spent 2. So you're going to go up how many?
2 spaces
you're gonna
because I
turn them both
have
in.
2 different
Go up.
resources.
Boom, boom.
Yes.
There you
So
go.
now I gain both of those benefits. One of which is taking the farmer action, and the other one is gaining a priest card. So can you just pass me a priest card? And it doesn't really matter
Yes,
the order
got a
that you
priest-
resolve.
Yeah, priest card.
Thank
well,
you.
it might influence your decision making here.
Okay, I'm
Right.
going to do the farmer action
Yeah.
first, then before looking at that. And you have to put out a farmer when doing so.
Right.
This is not bad because it produces a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go here.
Yeah,
This is a papyrus field.
sure.
And then do I want to relocate my other workers?
This person is in a bad spot.
Yeah.
You're both in a bad spot here. So if you were to, that would probably be the one. This one is technically safe until the
that
next
one's
weather.
technically
Who
safe.
knows what happens?
Can you pass me that
Yep.
farmer,
one?
please? I am going to relocate this one.
Okay.
And seeing as this field doesn't have any more available spaces, right? Or are they? Are there? No, just
No,
one.
just that one.
I will go here.
Okay.
And we'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah, you'll see.
We'll see. Okay, so now I get this card.
Yes.
And I'm going to go ahead and keep it with my other one.
And then which card? You said you wanted this action, right?
I
This
did, but now I
particular
have 0 resources. That's kind of the thing.
one. That's how you go. That's why you go there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you go here, you could pick up all this.
I'm going to go with this card. It's
That
an
one?
immediate papyrus.
You want that one?
Yes, that is it.
That was the one I was hoping for.
You wanted it?
Yeah. I wanted that one badly. It
Even
has the 2
better.
points at the end. It has the priesting thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
It does, doesn't it?
I know. So I did connect here. So I'm
Yes.
going to be able to do both these actions.
Yes.
Now I'm going to have to manipulate the weather here because I'm not able to do the sun because there
Yes,
is just
there's
no
no
sun.
sun.
These will be very useful in the next season.
Yeah, I was going to say the sun will come. We are approaching the
come.
dry season.
We-
Just
we
not yet.
We knew this going into
Don't
this.
rush the Nile.
This is not a surprise to me. And so right now, this one is good to harvest, I believe. This
You're
one,
harvesting first, right?
yeah, definitely harvesting first. So this
Okay.
one is good to harvest.
Yeah.
This is the spot. This one, I am one too many over here. So
Yeah.
I'm going to spend, unfortunately, a Debin
Okay.
to get rid of one of these waters here. So now both of these are producing.
Are productive, and that is your optional weather effect.
That is my right. Now, unfortunately, over here, this person is just in a bad spot.
Yeah.
This will be great when the sun comes out,
Right.
which is not the case now.
Lots
But-
of fruit in season 3.
Yes, but what I will do is put out this silt over here,
Ooh.
and then I am going to produce in both of these.
Okay. So you gain 3 flax and 3 papyrus, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing for you.
It's
So
and
it's
it's the
3
max I can
flax.
hold right now.
Yeah, because it's 4, right?
Yeah,
4
4 is the
limit?
max you can hold.
1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And since you produce
It's a beaut.
here,
Yeah.
they're adjacent to the same ramp. It's just
Only one goes away.
one silt sphere.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty good.
Still pretty good, yeah, if you come in. Now, seeing as I'm going to go to this mark, knowing that I score points at the end of the round for having somebody here, I definitely want to bring somebody. So let's just bring that farmer that's not really doing anything over there, and I'm going to come on back over here.
Okay, so you're visiting the market.
Yeah, so I know that I'm going to want to go onto this slot here.
Okay.
So I will toss back.
You can collect. You can take all of those. All the barley.
Are you trying to throw me into a situation where I take all, but then have to give back 2 at the end of my turn?
Correct. I just wanted to make sure
I'm
you
not
knew
doing that.
your options. I
No.
wasn't looking at your
Definitely
resources
not doing that.
here. Okay.
So the reason why I'm going here is
Yeah.
because I'm maxed out in these 2 resources over here. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to want to give up. I'll probably just give up a flax.
Okay. You have so many resources.
The papyrus is pretty useful if you want to build a building that's a little bit too far out. And then now I'm going to get one of each of these.
There
so
you
now
go.
I'm resource
Wow. You're
heavy.
resourceful. You're resourceful.
resourceful.
You did it.
There you go.
Okay.
So drawing this card doesn't really do me any good because I'm not going to be able to keep this one. I'll take this card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. All right.
Interesting.
Very
Done?
good. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so this is going to get a barley. We are going to slide these down.
Yep.
So we have 2 new cards.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Okay, and then we are going to prepare for the 3rd round. So let's see the weather.
Yes,
Shall we?
weather. Weather time. Okay.
Weather
It's
time.
going to come on up. Oh, a lot of water.
A lot of water.
Oh,
so
I
that
got it.
is 3 water, 2 sun, 1
I
silt,
feel like we've had this combination quite a bit. 3 water, 2 sun, and a silt.
and a silt.
You want me to do it?
Yeah,
All right. Ready?
good luck. Oh my gosh, the
All right.
suspense.
Okay.
Okay.
So the silt ended up over here.
Okay.
These 2 will cancel out. And then I can't really see what's happening on the other side.
These 2 will also cancel out.
So it's like it never happened over
So it's
there.
like it never happened. Still no sun,
No sun.
left behind.
Yep.
Ooh, this is bad. This is bad news.
You moved there, huh?
I did.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
35.
I'm leaving it.
Oh,
I'm doing the thing.
Monique number 1.
1 Devon. I've only done it once. So there's my 1 Devon
That's right, yeah.
that I fought so hard for.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go first.
Yes,
That's
you are.
a 1.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to go to the market. I haven't had a card that would allow me to do that, which is why I had to spend a Devon.
Sure.
Unfortunate. I've
Which,
not been planning
Which
properly.
farmer? Because you cannot move these 2. These
Correct.
2 are locked in.
Temple workers are locked in. So
So this is not looking very good for them right
it's not
now.
horrible.
Because the Suns are coming. So this, if you stay here,
Yeah.
in the next season, if you just hang out there, then the Suns would probably cancel out that water over there.
I will move this one.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, you have to move somebody, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to place it. I'll place them here.
Okay.
And I'm going to collect.
You're
so
taking all
it's
this?
bad news for me because I take all these, but Naveen also gets a resource from the supply because you have a merchant there.
Well, seeing as I'm pretty stuffed with these things and I don't have too much fruit, let's go with fruit.
All right.
It's the one thing I
Gosh.
don't really have access to.
I hate giving you stuff.
In past plays, I was giving Monique a lot of stuff, so
It is
it's
true.
good.
And I think I will take this card. So filling up on some barley. All right.
Very
Your
good.
turn, Naveen.
Okay, well, I do have this matched.
Okay.
So I'm going to be able to build and then also donate.
Would you like to remove a water sphere?
Yeah, I'll remove it here. Might
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Clear it out.
Interesting.
There we go. Okay, and then now, yeah, because that's what it said at the top here.
Yes.
So now let's go ahead and build.
What would you like? So
Well,
you're
I
going to
have-
move forward.
I'm going to move up.
And just so you know, this building type you already have, but this one you do not.
Is that an agricultural
so these
one?
two you have.
Okay.
This one you do not.
All right. Well, I'll do that one that I do not have.
This?
Yeah. So we're going to
Okay.
do one flat.
I mean, you have so much.
I do. Yeah.
So you could do.
What
the,
is that? What does
the
that one
ones
say?
above. This one.
Yeah.
This is for having Devons at the end of the round, and immediately you get to go up twice on the
this track?
Yeah,
So
that
go
track.
boom,
you can
boom.
unlock a worker
Ooh,
that
worker.
way,
Hey.
but you would have to move one of your workers from
would.
somewhere around the board. So that's the decision here,
There's a decision.
and you also have to pay an extra papyrus.
You know, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that one up there.
This.
Yeah. So it's going to
Okay.
cost me 1 extra papyrus just because I'm not in that zone.
Yes.
So that's the one.
And then the standard cost
And then a
is a
papyrus.
papyrus and another resource of your choice.
You know, let's just do the barley.
the barley.
Let's
All
just
right.
send it all out
All fees are paid immediately. You move up twice
on this track.
That track.
Now, I don't have any workers that are
Correct.
off, so I can send from...
It's optional. You don't have to do it.
No, I'll do
Just
it. I
saying.
can definitely do it. I do not want to do my builder over here. They've worked so hard to get there.
to the top, they're rising, climbing up
I
the
score
ladder.
2 points if I'm here.
Then one of your farmers.
I like where these farmers are right now. I will move this one. There might
merchant,
might
okay.
be a way.
Okay.
There might be another way.
We only have one turn
yeah,
left.
I'm going to go ahead and
Just
move
say
them.
no.
It's going to go 1, 2.
Yes.
So that means I'm going to get a point.
1 point.
And then I'm going to unlock one of these. And
Which
so
one
this
would you
is
like?
this gives me scoring for having Devin at the end
Yes.
of the round. All right, I'm going to unlock this one that gets me a Devin.
Oh, okay.
So may I have a Devin, please?
Yes, you may.
'Cause
There
I'll
you
be
go.
worth 2 points then if I do that.
You'll get 2 points.
Okay, so this will just hang out here. Very good. So I have 1, 2, 3 unique symbols.
Right.
If it's hard to see.
And these will slide down. So we have a new building here. Ooh, this
You
is a
can get rid of two
tall obelisk. Yeah,
That would have been nice having it this round.
you can get rid of 2 water and you
water,
gain a
yeah.
silt sphere. And then this is for having this is for having barley. Oh my gosh.
That's going to be very expensive for you to build.
Yeah, it's too
You
high.
don't have a builder out here, so it's going to cost you 1, 2, 3, 4.
For papyrus.
Papyrus.
It's not going to happen. That's
Yeah.
basically what that means.
Yeah.
Not happening.
That's good. So then now I'm going to take this bottom action, which is basically donate.
To the pharaoh.
Basically get 5 points if I donate one of each.
Are you going to?
5 points is 5 points. Let's just donate them all. There we go.
All right.
5. So I get 4 plus 1, so it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
There we go. And then
catching up
now,
here.
if you donate, I think I'll be safe. I think I'm going to take this card.
Oh,
I'll take
okay.
This one right here. Yep.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
that is it for that round.
it.
We are going to gain a barley here.
Barley there.
And we have 2 more cards.
2 cards.
And then we're going into the final round of the season.
Shall I do the weather?
Yes, please.
Okay.
What
Last
do we
one of
have?
the season. We have, some suns and silt. That
Okay.
is interesting for cancellation.
That is really
That is
interesting.
pretty good.
So 3 sun,
3 sun.
2 silt,
Yeah.
1 water. This is foreshadowing
2
because
silt,
in the last
1
season
water.
it's just a lot of sun.
That's true.
All the time.
That could be a problem. All
Okay.
right, you want to do it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's been a
wow,
while.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thought you'd never asked.
Draw.
Okay. So we have lots of canceling already.
Look at this beauty right here.
Yeah, that's
Max.
so nice.
All right, so we have a cancellation here.
Yeah, we have it here also. Oh, we
which
have another
gets a
silt.
coming out. That's a nice spot.
That's a nice
And
spot.
there you are. You're in there.
And this. That's it.
Okay. So is this just basically never changing? So far?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and choose our final cards for the round.
we
1,
go.
2, 3.
Boom.
92.
72.
72 for once.
Hey. All right. So we were able to match the glyphs.
Whoa. Oh, no, you didn't match
Not
here.
there and not here.
Not there.
But,
Oh, you're not going to get the
but
2
on
points.
the inside, it's nice. I'm not going to get the 2 points. No, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, so now that I have this new worker, this is why I justified this, knowing that I could get this card.
Okay.
So I'm going to put out this. Do I want to discard?
Yeah, you can discard a water sphere is what it's looking like. All of my fields are productive.
Yeah.
So don't
like
even
if I
think
take this
about it.
away, it's not going to
It's
hurt
fine.
you, right?
No, it's not going to hurt me.
No way to hurt you. All right, fine. If there's no way to hurt you, I'll just leave it. So I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and put my my merchant out into
Okay.
one of these locations. I will go here.
Okay. I'm assuming
So
you're trading.
I'm going to trade. Yeah. So let's give up one of these beautiful flax right there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get a fruit and a papyrus.
Oh, fruit and papyrus.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
I don't get anything because I
get-
don't share either of these stalls.
Right.
You did that on
It was
purpose.
planned. Yeah. So that's it for that. And then now I'm finally going to get this thing going right here.
The middle one?
Yeah, the middle one. So I'm going to donate one of each. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
All those go out.
So you're moving up 4 steps.
4 steps, yes. And who is going to be the lucky person?
Who will stay there forever. Gonna
If
dedicate
I
their
go
lives.
1,
this
2,
symbol.
3, 4,
Yeah.
this then gets me a one of these cards.
Yeah.
And I get to move up automatically on the same track. I will begrudgingly remove this one because this one, if any sun is here hanging out here,
Yeah.
then this becomes a problem for this particular field.
Yes, that's
the
true.
papyrus.
And we're
so
about to
of the
enter
ones exactly.
Period of sun.
So I've already turned in my resources, correct?
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
With a slide up to 5 because that's what that symbol is. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
Uh-huh.
So we go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Then I get a Devin.
Yes. You get a Devin.
Devin is very nice,
Uh-huh.
which is good for me because I get points for Devins at the end of the round. And then I'm going to get one of these E cards.
Yeah.
So I will most likely play this and we'll talk about it when I do.
Okay.
Well, now that I spent most of my resources, I think I'm going to take this one.
Which one?
This one's going to have a resource on it, and then this is a good way to get building going. So there we go.
Okay. So that's it. Now it goes to me.
Yeah.
And I have a weather effect here, which allows me to gain a silt sphere. So may I please have
So
one?
you say yes to that.
I can hold on to this
Yeah.
till the end of the game if I want to. And since I matched my glyph, I'm going to take both actions, starting with harvesting. I only have 2 farmers. Is that right? This one
farmers.
and this one?
Yep.
It's too bad you can't relocate them. Although the fields that they're both in are productive.
Pretty good.
So this one right now is going to give me 3 papyrus.
That's good. Very good.
Really good. And this is good old barley, my friend barley.
Which you're
I will be
swimming
over. So I think I'm going to be spending these for my next action, which means it doesn't make sense for me to spend a sphere on this field.
in. Don't do it.
So I am just going to produce as is. So here it's going to be 3 papyrus.
Yeah, I'll take away the silt.
Thank
there.
you. 1, 2,
The best case scenario there for that one.
3 papyrus.
Okay.
And two barley.
Yep.
So
And I'll
go
take
ahead
that
and
silt as well.
Thank you.
All right.
And that is it for harvesting.
Look at you.
I know.
You had a move.
I had to move. All right, now I can do the priest action. So I was debating doing this one, but you know, the further you go up on this
the more
first
points you
temple, the top points here, that they're quite lucrative.
Every step is
So-
just way more points. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you're
I'm
going
going to
all
turn
in?
in 4. I'm going to do 1 of each, as well as a second
Okay.
barley to represent the fruit
So
that I'm missing.
Because of the building, you're able
Yeah.
to use 1 barley as fruit. So you're
Yeah.
going to go.
You know, I only have 1 building, but it's been very
3,
useful.
4. So you get a worker.
I do get a worker. Well, how many points
It's
is
going to
that?
be. So you were here already.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4
So
points.
4 points. And actually make
yes.
that 7 total, because I'm going to
7.
unlock the
Okay.
3-pointer.
Oh, you just want points, huh?
Yeah, I just want
So
points.
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And
Yeah.
So you got the extra 3 because of that worker.
Right. I
Okay.
feel like you're going to have a nice little spread, so I need to
it
run
going.
as fast as I can,
Sure.
essentially.
And so you matched your symbols, your glyphs.
I did. So at the end of the season, we're going to do that. But that is it for my action. I now draw a card. So I'm going to take this one. It doesn't have a resource on it, but it is what it is.
Hmm. That's fine.
And that's it. That is the end of the season.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump straight into end of season steps, starting with the priests here. Now we have 4.
4, yeah.
So I get to choose first, essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm going to draw
1,
4.
2, 3, 4.
And I
then
get to look at all of these.
Pick the ones you
and
want.
Take one. And then we're going to go in this order. So Naveen will get to choose next, and then me, and then Naveen will take the final one.
Correct.
Knowing that, I'm going to take this card. And now, Naveen,
So I get to look at these 3.
you get to look at those
I
3.
get to keep one of them. Okay, I'm going to take this one. And then there you go. Okay.
I know what options you had. So
Maybe
I
there's
get
a couple same.
I get to take one, and then Naveen gets the other.
All right.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay.
There's a couple same.
Same
Did you get the samesies?
I did,
Just
yeah.
asking. All right. Anybody who matched with this glyph gets 2 points.
Yeah, that's you.
So just me. 1. Did I move? 1, 2.
2. There
Is
you
that
go.
right?
Yep.
Okay. We'll also score points on our buildings. Again, just you. Oh,
Yeah.
this is where
These
you
are,
take
these are
over.
good. Yeah. So I have okay. So this one, I get if I have up to 3 Debin, then I get
Yes.
3 points. So that's 3. We'll just do it all at once.
Okay.
And then if I have my merchant in play,
Yeah.
that's another 2. So I have 5 total.
Okay.
And then for every farmer, I get 1. And I think I only have 1 farmer out because unfortunately I did have to move them. So I get a total of 6.
6.
So 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6.
Oh my gosh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're getting
Oh, not good.
good.
All right. Time to reveal our screens. 1, 2, 3.
All of them.
The big reveal. So you get 8 points, but now you have to discard all of those.
That's fine. I'm not.
So you're gonna go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. There we go.
So you're
Now
at
it's going to be easier
3,
to
1.
do my score.
All right. And that is essentially it for scoring.
Yeah.
So we won't make you sit through the cleanup. We're just going to go ahead and discard some cards as well as the building card and prepare for the next season. All right. We are all set up now for the 3rd and final season of the game. And now things are going to get dramatically drier. Lots of sun in our future.
Arid.
And we also have the D decks out. So let's go ahead and start with the weather forecast.
Okay,
shall
weather
we see?
forecast. What shall we have?
Here we go.
We have more sun.
More sun.
Sunny days ahead of us. So we
All
have
right. 5 sun, 1 water.
5 sun. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it's
this is
spilling.
bad. I got to get this farmer out of there.
Oh yeah.
5
sun.
Sun,
1
1
water. I'll do it.
Okay. Come on. Oh, okay.
Survived.
So this
Boom.
cancels.
Boom. And then that just stays who they are.
That just stays who they are. And suddenly it is now so productive for
Yes.
you.
So I'm not there.
Oh, yeah.
I left. I
Well,
left
you
to go
shouldn't have
up
left.
the temple track. Yeah.
Just kidding. All right. Shall we choose a card?
I am ready.
1, 2, 3.
A lot of numbers. 201.
Oh, you did it.
This
you
is
used
the
your
E
temple
card. My temple card. Might as well do it now.
Let's see it actually.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's present a temple
So
card.
temple cards are great because they have a lot of glyphs and they also have a lot of symbols. So
Yes.
if Naveen were to choose the top only, you would get to do both from left to right.
It's true.
Looks like you matched glyphs though, so you'll
I
get to
did.
do all three. The thing is, at the very, very end of the game, if you don't play these, we're going to count all the glyphs on all of our cards.
Mm-hmm.
And whichever one you have the most type, then you'll score 1 per point.
Right.
But they're also great to use during the game.
Totally.
So you're definitely
I'm
going
definitely going last
second.
at 201.
I'm at 33. Okay. So I get to do both. I matched. And the first one is farming. I do have this extra
Would you like to
worker
remove
now.
a water?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I will. I'm going to remove a water from here.
Okay.
So it makes this field productive now.
Yes,
So
it
that
does.
is my weather effect. Now I'm going to do some farming. I have I have 2 farmers here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just move this farmer up here. I'm going to place him up here.
Good spot there,
because
huh?
now
Lots of
fruit
sun, right?
is going to be in season. So that's it for that action. And then now I'm going to do the priest action. So I
action.
can technically do 3 different resources
Because of your building.
because
Yep.
of my building.
established
Such
that.
a good building.
Are you just going to go 1, 2, 3? That'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
9.
8, 9.
But if I go up this way, I can score 2 and
So
gain.
you would gain a silt to get a worker back.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
that'll be it. Yeah, but that's, I mean,
That's not bad.
not bad.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you're gonna go up 3?
I'm going to go up 3.
so silt, 2 points, and a worker. So I'll get you the silt.
Okay.
2 points is kind of in your direction over there.
2 points. So
Yeah.
1, 2.
I'll get the silt for you. Look
Thank
at you.
you. And I'm going to unlock this worker because it gets me a resource of my choice.
Sure.
Let's see. I have the possibility of gaining a
think you
fruit,
need
so I'm going
flax,
to take
right?
flax.
Yeah.
All right. That is it. So I'm going to I'll take this card. This is not bad.
Yeah, it's got flax.
It gives me some flax.
You
All
can
right.
do the Sphinx thing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be my third Sphinx.
Third
I'll be able to
Sphinx.
do all 3. All right. So it's
Yeah.
back to you.
Okay, well, so I did match for sure here. So I'm going to be able to take this merchant action twice,
Yeah.
which is nice because I will toss into the center and then I can pluck out of the center.
Drew, what about your weather effects?
Weather effects.
Are you
do I-
interested?
Yeah, let's get rid of this one.
Okay.
And then what things can I mess with?
Well, all 3, do you want to make this? Well, what do you want to produce?
Well, I'm only here, so
You're not
if I-
gonna hurt me
If I take
anywhere.
away here, that just gives you more runway with this. So I kind of want the suns to all just kind of stack up here, and then maybe allow.
Yeah, I don't really see a way that you can.
I don't think so. I'll
Hurt
just take
me.
the one over there, and that'll be it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna omit the second one.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and take these 2 actions
So
before I
it's
go
2
into
merchant actions.
2 merchant actions. So I'm going to move over here.
Okay.
So I will get I'm going to turn in a flax.
Okay.
Sorry, I said flax, but it's actually barley. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
brown one.
Uh-huh.
To take food and
Food and barley.
Yep.
There you go.
So that's action 1.
That's merchant action 1.
Merchant action 1.
So your second one,
Second one is collect the center.
you're collecting, which means I get a resource.
You
of
do
my
get a
choice.
resource of your choice, yeah. So
Ooh, what do I want to
what
take?
you must.
I have even numbers here. I'm just gonna go with the fruit.
okay.
There.
So that was the 2 actions. Then I am going to just donate because I'm a good donator. So 1,
Good
2,
donator.
3, and 4. So that's going to be 4 unique ones. It's
Yes.
going to go behind my
for
screen
5 points.
for 5 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's a beaut.
What a shame.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for me right now.
So everything looked great on the setup
Yeah.
for going into this round. But what's going on with these buildings over here?
The buildings.
You're
Oh.
responsible for the right side. I was responsible for the left.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. That's
There
going to
we go.
inform some agricultural.
Right.
Resources are needed. I'll just take this one. I may never use this card, but I'll take it.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So we're gonna gain some flax.
Flax.
Onto these cards.
Right.
And we have these 2.
Okay.
Let's see the weather forecast. We're in round 2.
Weather forecast is a little universal everything
A little everything. So,
So,
4 sun,
4 sun.
1 water, 1 silt.
and a silt. Would you like to be the one or shall
Yes.
I? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good
The
luck.
thrill. Okay.
Ooh,
Lots
we
of
are
action.
productive here. So this is going to go boom.
Lots of
That's
silt
really
there.
good for that person over there.
That's for me.
Yeah.
So these
You are
go
that person.
out. So does this. And these are going to cancel out as well. So 1,
Get some
2,
cancellation.
3, and 4. There, it changed. That ramp. It's now
There
empty.
you go. Now it's empty. And that means
Okay.
it's productive. Empty is productive.
Empty is productive. That is true. All right, let's choose our card.
Okay.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
Same. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this.
Okay,
All
ready?
right.
1, 2, 3.
Flip.
What did you?
88.
80.
What? Yeah,
So-
it's 88.
I'm going to go first.
Okay, go ahead. So would you like to remove a sun? That's
You know, thinking about it,
Yeah, you
yeah,
might as well.
I'm going to do it. So my weather effect is removing a sun and I gain a silt.
sun out. Oh, here we go. Sun
Out,
Silt in.
Silt in.
There you
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so I can do the
Farming.
farming action, I would have to place this out. Let's do it. I'm going to place my farmer there, and I'm not going to relocate anybody. I think I'll just leave it at that.
Just like that.
And then I can do a Sphinx action. So I'm going to spend a fruit. I'm going to put up my final Sphinx, and I can now activate all 3. And before I do that, I already paid the fruit, so let's keep that in mind. I'm going to reveal one of my priest cards. So I'm basically not using it for the points.
Okay.
I'm going to use it for the effect, which is gaining me a Devon.
Sure.
So this gets discarded. I take the Devon,
Okay.
and I'm going to place out my Sphinx here. So the reason why I did that is because this space requires me to pay a Devon
In order to harvest.
in order to harvest,
All right.
which I will do. So I'm going to be able to activate all 3 of these.
So you're activating this one right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just turn it down. That way we can keep track.
Thank you. And I have 4 farmers. I want to utilize them now. I don't know how many more times I'm going to be harvesting.
That's pretty good.
So, and I believe all 4 are productive fields.
They're looking.
Right?
Yeah.
So I have all this silt. I might as well spend the silt. Yeah, I'm going to. So I'm going to place out a silt here. I'll place another one over there, please.
Yeah, this one definitely right here. This is a great spot.
And then do I want 2 barley? Yeah. I'm going to just place them all out.
You're going all in.
I'm going all in, and I'm going to produce everywhere. So let's go ahead and start with this one.
Okay.
So this is 3
I'll take all the silts from
papyrus.
here. 3 papyrus. Very good.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
So there's that.
Too many papyrus.
We have 3 papyrus. This one is 2 barley, right?
2 barley.
2 barley, and here's the silt.
Look at you.
There we go. And then this is going to be 3 flax and 3 fruit.
3 fruit. Look at this.
Look at this. Look at this. Living in a land of bounty. Here's 1 and 2 more fruit from here. I think there was just like a stray fruit in that.
What's going on
in that
over
bowl.
here?
Okay. I've fully harvested, and that's
this is
this
done.
Sphinx. So now I can do this one, and I'm definitely going to pay 2 different resources.
The
Let me
2 that you're
see
going to have to give up if you
what
don't do it.
Yeah,
Because you have 5 and 5.
I do. So let's do that. So 5 and 5. I'm going to turn in these 2 different resources in order to go up twice
On 1 track.
on 1 track. Let's see, if I start here, I can gain a
1, 2,
point and a Devon.
Point and a Devon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start up on this track because it's really a point, a Devon, and then a priest card at the end of the season.
It's a lot of things.
So let's go ahead
Which
and
farmer is
send
going away?
this farmer. So they're going to progress up 1, 2.
Okay.
I gain 1 point
And a Devon.
and a Devon,
Which you
which
have
gives
over
me some flexibility. So that's nice. And then for this final Sphinx, I'm going to spend 2
2
points,
Good.
which is
Spend
not
'em. Spend
great,
'em.
in order to do the priest action.
Okay.
So I'm going to do 4.
So are you going to go to the
1,
max here? Are you just going to wrap this
2,
up?
Yeah,
So you're going to go
3,
2 plus 3 is 5.
4.
Plus 4 is 9. 14 points.
14 points. Okay, I'm just
Wow.
trying to figure out if I want to spend a barley in place of the fruit or if I just want to spend the fruit. You know what I mean? I guess it doesn't matter too much because there's nothing really. I'll just do this.
Okay.
2 barley. And I removed my barley person. Okay, I'll spend the fruit.
Okay.
So there it is. 1,
1.
2, 3, and 4. And how many points is that?
14
14.
points. An unfortunate 14. Yeah.
So what am I at? I'm at 26.
1, 2.
So we go to 36. That's 10, right?
I'm lost based off what you
here,
just did.
10.
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
And that is it. Those are all 3 of my sphinxes.
Yeah. I'll
So
stand them up
thank you.
proudly.
I just need to take a card
That's
now.
a big move.
That was a big move. I'm going to take this one.
Nice.
All right. Back
That's
to
a
you.
good one. Okay, so we did match here. I get a silt.
Yes.
Very useful silt. All right, so we are going to harvest. Now, the
Okay.
only thing is I'm only in 1 location. So we're going to harvest the max here.
Okay.
So I will get 3.
3
3
flax.
flax. Yeah.
There you
Okay,
go.
yep. Very simple turn there. And then now I am going to build. So the one that I'm on right here,
Yeah.
that's the one I'm going to do.
Okay. That is a unique symbol for you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or
So
is there any other unique ones that you see out there maybe that I'm missing? This one has a unique symbol for me.
what? I thought you. Oh,
No,
yeah.
I have a
yeah,
purplish
this or
weighing
this.
scales.
But this also has end of round.
The problem is I have
Scoring.
to spend fruit,
Correct.
which is my only fruit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I will find my way back to fruit.
But it also gives you a once per turn ability that says you can spend a resource to take
take
both
both
actions. You don't have to worry
actions.
about matching the left glyph. Was that convincing?
Is it convincing? I don't know. No, it's not convincing.
Okay, well,
Unconvinced.
what do you want?
I'm going to take that
This?
one. Yeah.
This
so
one?
1
Okay.
and 1.
1 and
2
1.
different resources.
There you go.
Can you please move my my builder?
Oh, yes.
He's
you're
going
supposed
up
to
in
advance.
society.
Yeah.
So this right now scores, I believe, 1, 4, 7, 11 points.
No, it's 1, 2, 4, 7.
1, 2, 4, 7, and then the next
Then
one will be
11. Yeah.
It's probably where I'm going to max out, huh?
I hope so.
You hope so.
That is the hope.
That's the hope. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, so go ahead and take a card. I'm
well,
going to shift these down
yeah,
properly this time.
Definitely going to take this one.
And let's see if this is a symbol that you need. Oh, you don't have this
I
one
don't
either.
have that.
You don't have this, and you don't have this one.
Okay.
But you passed on that, so
Yeah.
you snooze.
I snoozed a
You
little.
lose. All right, done? Okay, so we're going to put some barley.
Okay.
We are going into the last 2 turns. So this is going to be the penultimate round.
Penultimate.
And we need a new weather forecast.
Yeah.
Please.
What do we got? We have a lot of sun.
If you're still considering farming.
It's a
that
sunny
is.
day.
So 5 sun, 1 water. How is this water?
5 sun and 1 water.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 1 water is kind of like, is
I'll be
that
the
even
one.
going to survive? That's not going to survive.
I'm looking for everything to spread out that way. Stay away from my farmer, please.
Please come here.
So far, so good. Oh, beauty.
Oh my gosh.
That
you got
worked.
so lucky.
Yeah,
All right.
that I did.
Nothing moves. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, let's choose a card. Ready?
I'm ready.
Have you decided? 1, 2, 3. I'm not flipping.
Oh,
You've not done that at all.
I'm not into that. 95.
Are you,
No, if I don't spend these, I get 3 points every
are
single
you
round.
efficient?
Yeah,
Ian?
well, I hope so.
So efficiency? Okay. I'd spend 1 Devon.
Okay,
So there that is. I think I did it once each season.
sure.
So I'm going to go first. No weather effects, obviously. And I have choose 1.
Well, if you move up this track twice, you get one of these cards for your very last turn.
I know, it's tempting.
But you don't know what you're going to get.
It's tempting, but I think I'm going to make an offer to the Pharaoh. So I'm going to turn in all 4. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, did I turn in another barley? I'll spend the 4th fruit.
Okay.
So there we go.
One of each.
1 of each,
Okay.
and that's going to score me 5 points.
It
These are going into my screen.
It
1,
does.
2, 3, 4, 5.
What are you going to do with your
Okay.
next turn?
That's it, right? Those are all of my. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these. I'm just going to take this because it's 2 glyphs and a resource.
Yeah.
All right, to you.
Pretty good. Well, I did match, so I get a one of these. Let's go ahead and get rid of the sun here, just to
Okay.
keep me in the game a little bit.
And leftover resources are going to be 1 point for every 3.
3 to 1, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not bad.
Yeah, it's something. And then I am going to do this action right
You're
here.
going to harvest?
I'm going to harvest. So I'm here, and this is legal. This is the only place I am. So
Okay.
I'll get 2 flax, please.
2 flex. There you go.
Thank you. So I'm over the limit here,
Okay,
but there will be a way.
there will be a way.
There will be a way.
Priest time?
So then now I'm going to do the priest. And so because I have this building here,
Yeah.
when I can use once per turn or once per round.
Yeah.
I can use one of my flax to represent another resource of my choice.
Okay.
So I will definitely want to do that. So it's 1.
Uh-huh.
This will be 2, the other thing I'm representing.
Okay.
Let's go. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go 3, 4.
Okay.
There we go.
So you're moving up 4 spaces?
4 spaces, yeah.
Where are you going? Which track? Because you're on
let's-
2 now. Right? You're in 2 temples.
I am on 2 temples. I'm definitely going to want to go up this one. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to gain a Debin.
7 points.
7 points.
Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you unlock a worker.
A worker who, honestly, 3 points kind of sounds
Yeah,
nice.
3 points is
Yeah.
nice. So 1, 2, 3.
we
Uh-oh.
go.
This is too close.
This is good.
Too close.
This is a good thing.
Okay. Done?
That is
So you take a card?
card of my choice. I might as well take this for the resource. I don't even think I'm going to use it as my last action, but
Oh, okay.
might as well.
I mean, this has 2
Yeah,
glyphs.
It
All
does.
right.
It does.
Okay, well, here we are going
is it.
into the final
Final action.
round. Let's see what cards we have.
Okay.
This. And then we
Weather.
have our last
Last weather.
weather forecast.
What do we got? Okay, water and sun. Okay, it's,
Oh my
so
gosh.
it's going to be
4 sun, 2
4
water.
sun, 2 water. So I'll get the 2 water. Here you go.
Thank you.
And then the 4 sun.
And then 4 sun. Oh, is it me?
Yeah,
I
please.
get the honors?
Please.
All right. Here we go. No silt. The silt is done for the day.
Okay, so these will cancel.
Lots of canceling.
Yeah,
So
that
there's
was kind
that.
of expected right there.
And then this.
Yeah, you got it. Perfect.
Yes.
Nice.
Anything left over? No?
Looks good to me.
All right.
Okay, very good.
Well,
so this
Final
is it.
card.
Last play.
I already
yeah.
had mine planned.
You,
so.
you know what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready as well.
1, 2, 3.
Flip.
Flip. Okay, 57.
Oh, are you gonna donate? 44. You're gonna
44.
donate.
So you're
You're gonna
first.
oh, here's me.
Well, you're first.
I am first.
Were you not expecting that? The offer to the Pharaoh?
Offer to the
Final
Pharaoh.
round, offer
honestly,
to the
I
Pharaoh.
was kind of expecting it. I had a card that could do it,
Okay.
but I didn't do it.
Well, you snoozed a bit there.
I want to get, this is 12 points if I get up to this track right here.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Okay.
we are going to go ahead and do this one right here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't remove the silt last time.
You did it?
Yeah, because I got 2. You handed me 2. I should have probably removed the silt here.
Okay.
I want to say that was the case there.
Okay.
All right. So, well, I'm just going to take the 1. So that's
One
One.
flex.
Yeah. Right. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember. So
You gave me 2 to take me to 5. And then remember, I was like, oh no, I have 5, which is more than the 4.
I
So I have
don't
to get rid
remember.
of it. So that's that. So silt is out there.
Okay.
Okay. So that is just that simple harvest. And then now we're going to go up the priest track.
Yes.
And then I'm going to do something very similar to what I did last time, which is 1, 2, 3. And then this will represent with that building 4.
okay. Nice.
There we go. So now
you're going all the way up.
yeah, so this is interesting. So I go, you know what? I can actually get a resource back because this one pushes me up 1. So I'll just take a resource back.
Which one?
Just give me the green.
The green?
Yeah, let's go.
The fruit?
Yeah, the fruit.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so it's going to be the reason why I'm doing that is because 1, I get a card and then a bump on the track. 2, which is a Debin. 3, 4. So I'm going to get a Debin and 12 points.
Okay, there you go. And 12 points. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I couldn't
go.
do the math there.
That's okay.
That's 58. You're at 58. Done?
I think that's it. And then I get to choose a card.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to take this one here. Let's just get rid of this. All right, that's it.
Okay, so then it goes to me for the final turn. Do I care about weather effects? I don't think I really care about weather effects anymore. So I'm going to skip them because I'm just going to build and do an offering.
Okay.
So I have to go here.
All right.
Let's see. This symbol is unique from these two.
You're building, huh?
Technically, I could, if I were to build this, let's see, this is 2 Debins. Yeah, I'll build this one.
Okay.
It gives me the 2 additional Debins. So it's going to be 2
resources.
resources of my choice. I
Doesn't matter.
definitely need to hold back one of each type.
One of
So I'll
each,
just do a flex and a papyrus.
You're gonna get a 13.
I get 2 Debins. What's wrong?
I'm thinking about because you're doing a double donation, so you're gonna get the 5 plus
That is right.
the 8 at the end.
You are correct.
Okay.
I'm not even going to refill that because
Okay.
we can't build again. So offering 1 of each type.
Okay.
So there's that.
Perfect.
And that's 5 points.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're close. This
And
is
that's
gonna be a close game.
That's it.
Okay.
Right? And I'm just going to take this because
Extra resource.
and this is the most abundant I think it's going to be.
Okay.
Okay, so that is it.
you go, yeah.
That is technically the end of the game. We're still going to do end of season steps because we still score for that, and then we'll do end of game scoring. So first things first, the priest tracks.
Yeah. So there's gonna be
So
5 total cards.
5
1,
total
2,
cards.
3, 4, 5. You'll get 3 of them, and I'll get
Yeah,
2 of them. So
right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
Hopefully, there's only 1 3-pointer in
I'm
here.
looking for the 3-pointer. I hope there's 2 of them. You get the first one, I get the other one.
Well, I'm going to take this.
You're taking something?
Yeah, so now this goes to you,
Okay, what'd you get?
which, I mean, there's already 1 in there.
It's the points, right?
There's the points.
It's the points. There we go.
Because
Okay.
everything else is just 1 point,
Yeah.
right?
You want to just...
So, it goes to me. I'm just going to take 2 in here. You can take that one.
And then this one, yeah. So we'll
They
show
were,
it.
the rest of them were just 1 point.
1 victory point.
Cards. So, all right. So we still score this rightmost glyph. So I'm going to score 2
you.
points because I was able to match that.
I didn't.
Let's go ahead and score buildings. So
Yeah.
you have scoring.
Okay, so this
criteria.
one I've maxed out. I have plenty of those Debins, so I get 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I do have my merchant working.
1, 2.
How many farmers I have? I just have 1 farmer, so 1.
1.
And then nothing.
Nothing.
There we go.
All right. Let's reveal our screens.
Yeah.
Do you have
1 of each.
You have 1 of each?
I
You're going to
think
score 2 points.
I'm going to score 2 points,
at the end of the
which
game.
we'll talk about, yeah.
I'll score 8.
Uh-huh.
So here's, I go to 60.
Yeah.
And then
all
of
those go
these
away,
will
which
go
is good
away.
for me for endgame scoring. Whoever has the most still around
Yeah.
gets
Total.
Total.
Doesn't matter the type.
gets 2 points.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it for scoring. So we've technically discarded all of this, but we are not going to clean up for another season. So let's just get these cards off so that we don't get confused.
Okay.
And that is it. So let's go ahead and go into endgame scoring, which is just a few more things.
Not too much.
First, we're going to reveal the rest of our resources.
I
And
had 4.
Naveen has the most total, so you get 2
2
points
points.
for that. Now we will score our building cards. So this is going to be sets of different symbols.
Yeah.
I only have 2 different symbols.
You get 2 points?
So I get 2 points.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different symbols for a total of, we said 7, right? It's 1, 2, 4, 7.
Yes.
So we get 7 points. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep it going, Naveen. Keep it going.
Now we reveal our
Wow.
priest cards. So this is
You
just
probably
gonna
got
be
some
for the points.
Nasty
Ready?
ones, huh?
Reveal.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
That's not that bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
got?
I have 3, 6,
1,
9,
2, 3, 4,
10, 11,
5.
12, 13.
13's a lot.
13.
I don't like it.
So 2, this is 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
Oh no.
I do like it a little bit
gonna
more.
lose.
You're gonna lose.
I feel it. Look at all your resources.
I do feel that you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, before we score resources, go ahead and reveal the cards that you have left in your hand.
Okay.
We're going to look at the type of glyph that you have the most of, and it does not matter what side it's on.
Right.
So as an example, I have 2 of that type, 2 of this type, and 3 of these.
5. Okay.
So because this type of glyph I have the most of, I'll score 1 point per glyph.
So you get
3.
1, 2, 3. So we're tied. Well,
This
that's a
is
good
bad.
sign.
It's a bad
So
sign.
I have the most I have is these kind of open shaped here. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. This shape right there. So I got 4 points.
4 points.
So I'll leave you here, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. There
And
we go.
now we're going to add up all of our resources, silt spheres, and Devons, and divide it by 3.
Not inclusive of the ones
Not
I've
inclusive
donated.
of those.
So
Those
there
are
you go.
discarded. So I just have a total of 5.
Which is 1 point.
I'm the gamer oopsie
Gamer
here.
oopsie. Okay,
1 point.
1 point. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Ah,
So
4
divided by
points.
3 is 4 points. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And that is it.
That's it.
The final scores are me with 79 to Naveen with 86.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
You did it.
We've
You-
had some really close ones in this game. And
Yeah.
it's always kind of we're getting in this 80 range here.
I tried something
Yeah.
new in this gameplay. In the past games that we played, I never went Sphinx, but I figured, if I do it early, then maybe I can capitalize on
Yeah,
it.
because if you can do it over and over.
Yes, that's true. And the
Yeah. And
buildings.
you had that building that allowed you to spend barley
Yes,
as
in
fruit.
place of fruit and vice
And
versa.
fruit is what you need to do the Sphinx. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
which is what I was going to say. Like the buildings, there are a lot of building cards that we didn't get to
Ton, yeah.
in the deck, and a lot of them sort of drive your strategy. It'll be easier for you to do things if you're able to utilize those benefits over and over.
Yeah, like in past games, I did a lot of farming. I had like 3 farmers out and
that's
got my
right.
resources that way. In this particular game, because I got the building that said have a merchant at the end of the round, it inspired me to do more merchant actions to get my resources that way instead of doing farming.
Yes, and speaking of farming, in the past I did not go farming heavy, and you really do feel the scarcity towards the end of the game. If you don't put out farmers earlier and try to harvest,
Especially when
then
that silt builds up.
much harder,
Yeah.
much harder to get resources at the end. So there you go. Again, we were playing the 2-player game, and so in higher player counts, you'll see more of the action cards coming out. There'll be more competition for the temple, the priest action, and you'll be pushing each other up. There'll be more competition with the Sphinx Avenue, and these are also double-sided. So
Right.
each time you play, you'll play 5 of one side and 5 of the other.
And again, this is a prototype copy, so all this will be different in the final production.
Yes.
The way this mechanism works, at least in prototype form, is this just helps us funnel.
Yeah.
But this pyramid here there's a little ball right there. So right when the marble drops, it's just gonna fall into one of these, and it's pretty sturdy for a prototype.
Right. Now, we don't know what the final version is going to look like, but this is, how it was designed for the prototype. And they're also potentially still balancing, some of the payment costs and benefits and such. So things may change in the final production copy.
Well, there you have it. That is Tameri. This game is currently on GameFound, so if you are interested in the campaign, there's a link in the description which you can check out at your leisure. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.